Well, hey, babe, it's Jamie. That's me here. Welcome back to my channel, honey, and welcome back to yet another quick chat. Now, today on the quick chat, girl, I got a few things I want to talk to y'all about, and it's primarily housewives stuff. So let's go ahead and get into it. These ladies are not housewives, but they are definitely a part of Love and Marriage, Huntsville and DC. I want to talk about them first, honey. We have Miss Ashley of Love and Marriage DC, Miss Tisha and Destiny of Love and Marriage, Huntsville. Now, Miss Ashley, first of all, let's go back a little bit. So y'all know that Tisha and Destiny ended up doing the nightcap with Carlos this past weekend. Okay, that was probably the only thing really popping out of all of the shows that was coming on this past weekend. And they kind of, talked about some stuff with Melody or whatever, Tisha, Daddy, and all this other stuff, right? But guess who else was on the show? Miss Winter of Love and Marriage DC. Well, Ashley, for some reason in America is not understanding, decided that she was going to take to Twitter to shade everybody. And I didn't understand it, but let's get into this tweet from Miss Ashley. Ashley says, the only reason these guests are on the nightcap is because we turned down these dates because we were booked and they were available last minute because they had nothing to do. Nothing to do. Now, Ashley, why did you have to go and shade all of the guests that was on the show? Now, we know that you're not really liking Winter. We completely understand that. Well, really, we don't fully understand, but we get it. Okay, we get it. Okay, based on the show, you're not really fond of Winter at this time. But why you had to shade Destiny and Tisha? What they did to you? Like, what did they do to you? Now, granted, I think you had a point. They did not have anything to do because they started talking about the fight that just recently happened. So I said, oh, okay. I figured that when he booked people for the shows, they probably booked far out in advance, but I guess not. Maybe they didn't have anything to do, so they were able to, go ahead and do the show. But then maybe because they're closer, whereas you're up north. Who knows, Shy? Because I don't know where he filmed it. But anyway, that's what took place. Okay. Now, I started to think when I saw this, maybe she's throwing shade because maybe the ladies don't really promote Love and Marriage DC. Like I heard Irena and Jamie Tyler complain during an interview about how no one on Love and Marriage Huntsville really promotes their show. I know they referenced that Tiffany did, but I really thought that Destiny ended up, sharing a post or something like that. If it wasn't Destiny, maybe it was Kimmy. Maybe Kimmy has promoted it. Again, I don't know Ashley's reasonings as to why she was trying to comfort everybody that day. I just wanted to believe that it could be regarding, their lack of promoting the franchise DC. I'm not sure, but she wanted to shade everybody because that's just how she is, girl. But either way, y'all go ahead, hop down in these comments and let me know your thoughts about Miss Ashley. Okay, let me know how you feel about Ashley on Love and Marriage DC, as in her being on the show, but then also let me know your thoughts about this tweet and what she had to say about the other ladies. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Let's get on to something else, and that is Miss Tammy Roman. Tammy Roman recently appeared on a red carpet where they kind of asked her questions about how she feels about Basketball Wives and whether she wish she was able to return, do she miss the girls or whatever. They also asked her about Housewives and whether she could see herself being a part of the show. I want you guys to go ahead and check out what it is that Miss Tammy had to say.
In fact, I miss you on Basketball Wives. I mean, do you miss it at all?
I do not miss Basketball Wives, actually. And I think they're doing fine. I think, I've seen on the blogs the new ladies that are there. I think that's a great cast. It's just everybody's journey's different, and I'm not trying to be a basketball wife anymore.
Now, would you ever want to jump into another reality show like Housewives? I feel like your girl Marlo would love to have you over in Atlanta.
I love me some Marlo. She actually styled me tonight. Real Housewives of Potomac would be the one I'd like. Yeah.
You can go toe-to-toe with the Grand Dame.
Oh, I love the Grand Dame, but I feel like we could team up and let them other ladies have it.
That part. I love it. Well, have so much fun tonight.
All right, y'all just heard Miss Tammy, girl. Miss Tammy said she do not miss those Basketball Wives for anything. I don't blame Tammy. I think Tammy has elevated and Miss Tammy has moved past that, okay? So I don't blame Tammy for not missing them. I haven't really been as interested as I thought I was going to be in watching Basketball Wives. I've tried to watch the latest episode twice, and I either fell asleep on it or I just wasn't paying that much attention to it. You know what I'm saying? The only thing I really grasped was that Rockstar and Angel did it super big, I guess, for the gender reveal where they found out that they were having a boy. Also ended up seeing that Neo came out and performed. Malaysia and Brandy got into it last episode to where Malaysia and Zell decided to leave early. And then Zell says he couldn't believe Brandy. And I'm like, why are you saying you can't believe Brandy? You should also not be able to believe Malaysia. Like both of them act a fool. Like I'm a little confused. Y'all damn near putting Amber, not Amber, but Angel in a position to have an early label because of y'all. You know what I'm saying? I think British ends up kind of checking Jackie at some point about her inviting Lorenzo and stuff, and Jackie recognizes that she was wrong. I also saw on social media some back and forth. I guess Brooke and Nia Dorsey ended up getting into it, but I don't recall seeing it, and maybe it was a time when I wasn't paying attention or that I fell asleep, because I was definitely in and out of it, which is the reason why y'all have yet to get a review on it. Okay, girl, so if the episode ain't giving, girl, I'm probably not going to give either. I'm not going to give a review. But anyway, all in all, getting back to Miss Tammy, I think she's elevated. She's moved on. I'm looking forward to her new show that's going to be dropping. I believe it's called Unfaithful. Girl, it was supposed to drop at the same time as Basketball Wives, but it has yet to drop. Girl, it has yet to come out, and I'm like, when is it coming? So hopefully it comes this summer. I'm looking forward to it. It's like their own spin on cheaters, okay? It's going to be good. I just know it. Now, in terms of Miss Tammy talking about joining Real Housewives of Potomac over Real Housewives of Atlanta, that would be interesting. That would be interesting. Tammy, you still got that in you to go to war with these young ladies? You still got it. I mean, well, sugar, I can't say young ladies because y'all are probably all around the same age. So do you really got it in you to go to war with some of these folks? And when she said that she wouldn't she wouldn't go against Miss Grind Dime, she would team up with the Grind Dime and go against some of the other ladies. So if you're going against some of the other ladies, who would those ladies be? Would that be Miss Giselle and Robin? I don't know if I want to see that. I don't think the ladies over there at Potomac can really handle Miss Tammy and what Tammy can bring to the table, girl. I don't know if y'all can really handle that. Okay, but I think Miss Karen ended up putting out a tweet where she said something like "You're welcome anytime" or something like that to Tammy, basically, showing her love. Like everybody loves the Grand Dame. Everybody loves Karen. I'm one of those people that's not that crazy about Karen as I see her on the show. As a person, I'm sure Karen is amazing. Fashions be on point, beautiful woman. But sometimes on the show, I just be side-eyeing her just a little bit, girl. Just a little bit. And it seems like Miss Mia may have been side-eyeing her too, as Mia ended up taking to Instagram at one point. And I hate that I don't have it up here. Let me see if I could pull it up for you guys, just so you could see Miss Mia Thornton, because she had something to say about loyalty at some point. Let me see if she still has it. I don't know if she still put it up there. Let's see. She did put it up there. Let me bring it up on the screen so that you guys can see what it is that Miss Mia had to say. And I don't have to tell y'all what she's, you know what I'm saying? You could see it, okay? So Mia ends up putting on her page saying nowadays loyalty comes as a surprise because betrayal is often expected, yet authenticity is rare. Happy Sunday, kings and queens. That's what Miss Mia ended up saying. And then she goes on to put something else up there talking about 2. I guess I don't know what this is, but it has the number 2. They stand by you and take a stand for you. A loyal friend will always stand up for you. They will not just be nice to you, they will prevent others from spreading rumors or lies about you. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, Miss Mia, girl. So is you and Miss Karen, the Grand Dame, having issues? Y'all do know there was video that surfaced a little while ago, probably like last week, of them being at a improv location, a comedy improv spot or whatnot. And Miss Mia decided to take the mic to stand up and check Miss Karen, okay, about being loyal. Because obviously some things that Mia confided in Karen about, Karen went and shared that information with Giselle and with Robin. And she was like, we don't do that over here. Okay. That's disrespectful. So I think this post here may be calling out Miss Karen, but we're going to see how that plays out. Everybody loves the Grand Dame, but we're going to see how the season flows. We also heard how Miss Tammy spoke on how she loves Marlo. And we're actually about to get ready to talk about Marlo. Marlo ended up doing an interview with Carlos King. And she did this interview, and I must say, as much as, you know, Marlo may get on our nerves, girl, you gotta like Marlo, okay? Just a little bit, okay? I think Marlo is a likable person, even though she may irritate us sometimes, okay? So I want to go through that interview and the things that she talked about with Mr. Carlos King over there on his podcast. I believe Reality with the King is what it's called, okay? First of all, Marlo was offered a peach. This is something that we learned, at least I learned, because I never knew this. Carlos said that she was offered a peach way back when, but she actually ended up turning that peach down. I wonder why. Maybe it's because where she was in her life, she wasn't ready for everybody to be all in her business like that. You know what I'm saying? She probably wasn't ready to be judged by the people the way the other ladies had been judged. So she probably was like, I'm just going to reserve my information. She didn't necessarily go into detail as to why she turned it down. She just said that she turned it down. Okay. Now, Carlos asked Marlo what she thought about Nene telling Jason Lee on last year. And I did cover this when she did that sit down interview with Jason Lee. And the question came up about Marlo receiving a peach. Nene said Marlo would never receive a peach because she's giving Bravo everything that they would want for free. All right. So that's what she said. And Marlo says when it comes to Nene, she says, well, for Marlo feels that herself is typically a a-hole and she's a crybaby, right? But when it comes to things that Nene says and does, she feels as though it is expected from Nene. Okay, so she's used to the shade that Nene gives, and it's not going to affect or make the friendship waver on any side. Okay, so that's how Marlo is feeling. Marlo also goes on to confirm that over the years, it was two primary people that kept letting her know that she would never get a peach. And that was Miss Nene Leakes, according to Marlo, and that also was Miss Kandi Burruss. I'm sorry, not Kandi Burruss. Please forgive me. Miss Kenya Moore. Those two people, Miss Nene Leakes and Miss Kenya Moore, were the two people that kept telling her she'll never receive a peach. And because of that, she actually was very hurt by that over the years. And it was very hurtful for her to have to accept what it is they had to say. But I hate that she actually just accepted what they had to say and was so hurt by it, especially when she was offered one at one point. So it's not that you can't ever get it again when they consider offering it to you a long time ago. So why could you not get it again? Like you just can't get it now, but why could you? I mean, I'm confused. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe because I guess maybe Marlo didn't want it at the time for whatever reason. I just think she probably just wasn't ready for the scrutiny that the people was going to give her. But, you know, over time with people making it such a big deal, like you're just a friend of the show. You're not a peach holder. You're just a friend of the show. I think she probably wanted it after a while so that she could feel like validated like some of the other ladies are. Like, I'm not just somebody that's on the show, like temporarily, like, girl, I actually hold weight over here. So I think that could have been a little bit of what it is, okay, or what it was. So Marlo does say that she will always respect Nene. She will always respect Nene for what she has done for her in the past, because Nene actually put some money in her pocket. Nene actually gave her some connects and stuff. So because of that, she'll always, you know, have love for her, and she's going to always accept Nene for exactly who she is. And I feel like that's fine. You've been friends with Nene for a very long time. So I get that. But then it's like you also been friends with Kenya. So why is it that you don't give Kenya the same type of grace about things, you know what I'm saying, as you would give Nene, right? You'd be ready to drag Miss Kenya down, but maybe it's because you're on a show with Kenya, whereas you're not on a show with Nene. I don't know what that is, but I do believe Carlos asked her that later in the podcast, and I was glad that he did, because I was wondering that. What else? Carlos also goes on to talk about how he definitely agreed with Marlo, you know, as far as her thoughts and things about Nene. He says that he and Nene have had their ups and downs, and he is still blocked to this day on Twitter by Miss Nene. But make no mistakes about it, they are still in a good place because they still talk to each other. They've been in communication within the past 2 weeks or whatnot. So I don't know, you know, because when he said he was blocked, the first thing I thought about was like, oh, okay, maybe that kind of explains why Nene was not or is not going to be on the upcoming episode of the Nightcap with with the old housewives. But I also think that it could be because she's just busy, and she did kind of say that in one of her lives. I think Carlos did reach out to her, and the schedules just were not aligning with each other. So that could, very well be the reason. But Carlos does speak on how Nene is a very sweethearted person, but she will say some stuff that's rude and disrespectful and can be hurtful to you. And I just feel like that's anybody. Everybody can be like that. I think most people do have a great side to them, a really sweetheart side. And then, girl, when you get them there, it's just what it is. Okay. Now, when it comes to Marlo receiving a congratulations from Nene, she ain't get it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Nene has yet to tell her congratulations. And Marlo says, well, I just think that she hasn't even thought about it. I think she's just so busy, and that's okay. Because you know what I want from Nene? I want a nice gift, because Nene gives really great gifts. And I also want her to take me out to dinner. And I said, Marlo, Nene is highly aware of what you have going on. Okay. And she's not that busy. Girl, a shooting a congratulations text is not that bad. Getting on a call to let you know congratulations the same way she gets on her IG lives. Okay, girl. Yeah, no. I think Miss Nene might be a tad bit the terms bitter are coming to my head, the term salty and a little bit jealous. Maybe not like wholly, but just the fact that you received something that she didn't think that you ever were going to get on a show that she is no longer a part of, that she was likely pushed out of and won't be returning to. So, I mean, maybe that got her feeling a little way. So call a thing, but I understand you're holding Nene close to the vest and you really want that friendship, so you're going to be careful with the things that you say, so we get it, okay? Now, Carlos believes that Marlo is a misunderstood person, and I was like, do you? Is she misunderstood? Now, he also talked about how he felt like she was so fabulous and such a star that he ended up trying to create a show for her, and I said, you know what? I remember that. I remember him trying to create a show, and I believe Kandi was involved with that. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Was it Marlo supposed to do a show or something that was supposed to be produced by Kandi or something like that? I don't know what happened. Something fell through the cracks, okay? I don't remember the particulars, but I do remember Marlo was working on a show that never got to see the light of day. Okay. So, there's that. Now, Marlo says times that she didn't have a peach made her think about her being a foster child. So that when she did not get a peach, she started thinking like, oh, dang, like, why am I not wanted? It started to make her think about her childhood being in foster care, feeling like she was an unwanted person. And that's where it took her back to. She felt like she wasn't good enough. Okay. Let's keep going. So Marlo addressed Kenya saying that she wants to be Nene. So I think Kenya ended up going on Wendy Williams or whatever, interview she was doing. And she talked about how Marlo wants to be Nene so bad, and you can. Nene is irreplaceable. And Marlo said, girl, you're right. I can't be Nene. I can't be you, but I could be me. And that's all I think I'm trying to be. Okay. That's all that I have for you. Okay. She speaks on how Kenya wouldn't wear authentic designer to her, eBay event, okay? And I'm like, it don't matter whether she wore designer or not, authentic designer or not. She looked gorgeous, okay? Coming straight off of Dancing with the Stars. Miss Girl looked good at the end of the day. I feel like you should just be happy that she showed up, especially with her not winning the competition. She could have just said, I don't feel good. I don't want to go. And she could have just not came at all to support you. Those are my thoughts, okay? But then she also goes on to talk about how Kenya is an effed up person. Ooh, child. Now her saying this lady a effed up person and she needs therapy every single day. Dang. Okay, that's not going to go over well in a little bit. So Carlos asked her, how could she give grace to Nene but not give grace to Kenya? And then Marlo says that she feels like she has tried to give grace to Kenya and it doesn't work, and she's not going to do it anymore. And I'm like, but Kenya don't even be out here dragging you or throwing shade at you like Nene does. Like Kenya only started picking up the shade with you when the show was getting ready to air, because it's only going to make it more entertaining for us to want to watch. But when it comes to Nene, girl, Nene been shading you and ain't got no projects coming up at that time that she was shading you. Then had got on there shading you like a few weeks prior to the latest live that she did. So I'm like you got on social media and you were trying to make it seem like y'all were so cool and everything. And Nene's like, girl, I haven't talked to her. People over there getting peaches or whatever she said on the live. Okay, she also did say, towards the end that she doesn't have an issue with you, but girl, Shade says otherwise. But I guess anyway, get loud and let's keep going. All right. They also speak on Kandi having the husbands buzz these ladies cootie twa. And Marlo felt the way because she's sitting up here like, girl, your husband is over here complaining about wanting to get some SCX from his wife, and you have the audacity to allow him to buzz other women's cootie twa. Who does that? And I'm sorry, I agree with Marlo on this. I did. Marlo says that, and this was messed up. Marlo said she calls Kandi out for being effed out. Okay, I'm just gonna say it blatantly, so get ready. She says Kandi is fucked out in Atlanta. That's what Marlo said. And I said, dang, Marlo, not effed out in Atlanta. Ooh, that's not gonna land well either. Kandi gonna be on your head for that, girl. She gonna be on your head. Oh, girl, you wouldn't have to say that. Marlo says your man is complaining about SCX. We talked about that, but you over here got you got people buzzing people's cootie twas all night. And that's what we gonna hear Kenya say to Kandi. Don't have your husband buzzing my cootie twa all night, screaming. Let's keep going. So Carlos brings up the ladies making Kandi work for that check. Okay. All right. Because she says, he asked her, like, don't you and Kandi get into it at some point? Right. And she was like, yeah, I get into it with Kandi. I think she said Kenya gets into it. A few people get into it with Kandi. She said, see, Kandi likes to just be on the show and fly under the radar and not want to get in the mud or get into anything, but just want to have the clean image and want to reap the benefits and reap the coin from stuff. Right. That's what she wants to do, girl. But no, we going to make you work for that check this season. And I said, oh, wow. Oh, my. Okay, not having her work for the check this season. Okay, girl, this is messy. Girl, this is messy. But some part of me feel like the things that are said on Carlos's podcast is not going to come up at the reunion. I don't know if Andy is going to give any shots out or anything to Carlos at the reunion if these questions are going to come up, but we shall see at a later time. Anyway, so Marlo also speaks on never being the other woman. Okay. He talked about, Carlos said how he's met some of the other people that she's dated and how none of them were old white men. So he don't even understand that part. So they got on relationships, which led her to talk about not being the other woman and never being the other woman. And her saying that her mom was the other woman at one point, saying that her mom, saying her dad was married. So her mom was with her dad when he had a wife, and her mom was kept a secret. And that is so sad to hear, especially knowing the fact that Marlo ended up going into foster care. So Marlo, that's a lie. I'm like, not your mom having a child by a man that's, married and her being the mistress and being okay with that for however long. And then her child gets swooped up and taken into foster care. Now, I don't know if all of the siblings, including Marlo, ended up getting snatched up and taken into foster care, or the particulars surrounding Marlo ending up in foster care. But that's just very interesting. Like, dang, this girl done went through a whole lot. She sat up there and witnessed her mama being the other woman, and then turned around and she got to be, you know what I'm saying? She got to go off and go into foster care. And then after that, we saw the series of mug shots that took place because obviously she didn't have no guidance there for real. Okay. So Miss Marlo has been through some things. Okay. So yeah, that was pretty much everything. I just wanted to, run a recap of the podcast by you guys, letting you know what all took place. So if you want to go check it out here for yourself. Everything that Miss Marlo had to say, but I think it was a pretty good sit down that he had with Miss Marlo. So yeah, and y'all let me know y'all thoughts about everything that I discussed so far with Marlo and Carlos during this podcast, and why she gives Miss Nene more grace than she gives to Miss Kenya. And also let me know your thoughts about what she said about Miss Kenya being effed out in Atlanta. Okay, now that's some messy stuff there, girl. Well, anyway, let's keep going, honey. Let's get into Nene Leakes, okay? Because Nene Leakes decided that she was going to take to Twitter to continue to remind us that she has been blacklisted and she's going through a lot, but make no mistakes about it, Miss Girl is still going to, be on top in some capacity. So let's just go ahead and get into what Miss Nene had to say. All right. Nene puts this on Twitter and said, isn't it amazing how one network can have an issue with you and have every network not work with you? Let's talk about it. Discrimination, retaliation, blacklisted, blackball, not fair. Do you see this, SHI? And then goes on to say something else, saying, I will always eat and eat good. Believe that. I have always believed in multiple streams of income. So the leaks are good. You owe cocaine head and you owe race. Girl, no, ma'am. No one knew you until you knew me. Oh, my God. Okay, remember, I'm an icon. Don't you forget. Okay, now this is actually a old tweet that ended up resurfacing that came back up on her page, and I believe this was one that Miss Nene ended up retweeting on her page, because right after you saw this post, it was another one, which happened to be this one on her page. So I'm like, girl, what is we getting into and going through yet again? What is this? And you just wish this man a doggone happy birthday not too long ago, Miss Leakes. Like, girl, what is happening here? What, like, this ain't looking too good. This is not looking too good, Miss Nene Leakes, girl. What is going on? Listen, one thing about Miss Nene Leakes, she gonna keep her foot on people's necks. She will continue to do so, especially when she feels like she's being slighted. So I can't say that I fault her at all. You know what I'm saying? I can't say that I fault her, but we shall see how this is going to go. Okay. That's just that. That's just that. She did put up some tweets. The Shade Room ended up putting the same thing over there on their page, and Miss Nene got down in the comments to let people know some things. She says, one thing about me, I don't tell lies. I just keep it real too much. Am learning to do different though. So she's learning, okay? She's definitely learning to do some things different, okay? She says she don't tell no lies, so ooh, yikes, okay? Now, I do wonder if there is someone else that is telling lies about Miss Nene, okay? I definitely wonder if there's somebody else telling lies about her. And that person would happen to be the baby mom to her son's child. Okay, so this young lady ended up putting this post up, and it's an old post because I remember when I got into it a while back. Okay, they was going back and forth, without. Okay, all on social media. I remember that a long time ago where she just reposted this on her page and then put up an entirely new caption. And I want to go ahead and get into what that caption ended up saying. So let's talk about it. So this woman says, so since my name has been tagged and I'm getting all of these DMs, let me take y'all back for a minute and address the situation at hand. Y'all remember where it all began, right? Back in 2018. Okay, so it's pretty funny how everything I said would happen has surfaced. How do you blacklist me and your family, telling me you'll make sure I never work with anyone on TV, but now you're crying that the industry is blacklisting you? Keep it a buck. You're a terrible friend and a person to work with. Hell, terrible person, period. You've lost all of your good friends. Weren't you the same one saying, I cash Trump checks, BIT? Well, I'm the same one that said, you better humble yourself because everything you can have can be taken away. Cough, cough. Yikes. Okay. She also goes on to say, here we are. Your husband is gone that you took away. Oh, I'm sorry. She says, here we are. Your husband is gone that you took from his wife and kids. Oh, my. Your oldest son is a junkie. Oh, strong allegation. You don't do anything for your grandkids. You got fired from Real Housewives of Atlanta. You have no real friends. You tried to sell your house for $4 million so you'll make profit. However, you were going to lose that house, so you settled for $575,000 profit minus what you still owed behind. Okay, what she still owed or what she was behind on is what this woman is alleging. She also goes on to say, and the deeper SHI going on, I won't even say right now, but this karma is worth the cookies and milk. Oh, wow. She says, better hope that lounge works out because those boutiques were a flop and your TV career is over. I don't know how people respect you or call you the queen. Delusion. She says, Burger King may be best for you too. Okay, that's all. Carry on. Oh, and keep your legs closed to married men. All right. So this is that's what she, I didn't say this, girl. I didn't say none of this. I didn't say that. That wasn't me. This is what the daughter to her glam baby said. Okay, or the mama to her glam baby said. All right, so this is messy. I definitely hope that the restaurant works out. I've been hearing some not so great things, you know. Actually getting a chance to review their latest I guess you say food rating, you know, when the people go in and they check out a few things. Girl, it was not good. It was not good at all. You know, myself, House of Aaron, Scotty by Nature, we all got a chance to go out there and eat and experience it. And, you know, I did a review on that and some people were upset about it, you know, but then when y'all see what the rating is, girl, don't be mad at us because we said what we said. And I was willing to give it another chance, but after I saw the most recent rating, girl, I said, I don't know, you know, but it's not that I don't know. I'm sure I won't return. However, I wish everybody, you know, good luck. So good luck. Hopefully everything continues to work out on that end, girl. Ooh, a child. Miss Ma'am came through just to read her all the way down. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts about everything that I discussed regarding Miss Nene Leakes, her making sure that we remember that she has been blacklisted and she's keeping her foot on the people's necks. Now, also let me know your thoughts about what it is that her glam baby's mama had to say about her. Okay, she definitely read her down. I was not expecting that at all. I don't know why quite a few people. I mean, you had Greg's daughter coming for Nene because they felt like Nene pretty much blacklisted them, as this young lady was saying, pretty much, you know, stopped talking to them since he's passed or whatnot. You had her calling Nene out just last week, and then now here it is. You have the glam baby's mom over here calling her out as well. And then you got this lawsuit that she has on the table as well of being sued by a girl. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on, honey. Y'all leave y'all thoughts and comments down below. Let's go ahead and move on. Let's talk about Miss Phaedra. Phaedra had a chance to go over and do a sit-down interview over there on the Wendy Williams show with Mr. Michael. And of course, she chimed in and gave her thoughts about Kandi. All right, she gave her thoughts about the show. She also gave her thoughts about Miss Nene and her likely being with somebody else's husband at this time. All right, I'm not gonna tell it. I'm gonna let you guys hear for yourself. So go ahead and check out what it is Miss Phaedra had to say.
Now, Real Housewives of Atlanta, which you were so good on for so long. Do you watch the show? Do you keep up with the show? How do you feel not being on the show?
Oh, so good.
Do you really? Why? Explain why.
Well, you know what? It's a lot. It's a lot to be under microscope. It's a lot to be watched constantly. I'm a mother of two wonderfully smart boys.
Gorgeous. Mr. President.
Yes.
We'll get to them.
And I'm a professional woman, so...
Many jobs.
Many careers. Okay. So, as I have said before, you know, I was pre-Housewives.
Yes.
So, you know, my life remains the same with or without a television show. And that's not that for everyone. And so I am so grateful, whether I'm in front of the camera or not, you know, I gets to the bag.
Now, you saw me talking about Sheree. Sheree and Tyrone. Are you speak to Sheree?
All the time.
Okay, now what would you say, what is your opinion? Keep it real here, Phaedra. What is your opinion of her situation with Tyrone? And do you think she should still call up to Tyrone, to quote the great Erykah Badu? Keep it real, Faye.
Sheree is a different kind of cookie, but she's very fortunate. So she's obviously, you know, she makes more reoccurrences on the Housewives than any other housewife. So she's definitely got some type of luck. But I don't know about this Tyrone situation because we actually go out together. Right. But I've never seen Tyrone. But I mean, but that doesn't mean anything. I mean, you know, the girls.
You've never seen Tyrone?
No, but that doesn't mean anything.
You said nothing, but you've said enough. You said nothing, but you've said enough. I get it. I think. Listen, we want the best for Sheree. She's gorgeous. She's funny. She's Sheree Whitfield. She's the owner of Chateau Sheree.
Yes, she is. I mean, but I'm saying that to say, I mean, the girls, Atlanta is we have everything. Whatever you want, it's in Atlanta.
Right. You're saying there's a lot of fish out sea.
There's a lot of fish in the sea.
There's dolphins, there's sharks. She got whatever she wants out there.
You can have it all. So, I mean, if she wants Tyrone, I think get him. If she could find him. If she could find Tyrone.
That's been the problem. If you want Tyrone, I have no problem with it, but Tyrone's got to show up. Now, there was so much drama when you left the show with Kandi. Kandi said she wouldn't leave the show if you come back. Have you spoken to Kandi? Have you seen her? Have you bumped into her? What is your opinion of Kandi?
I've seen her out, but Kandi's a great businesswoman, but that was 6 years ago.
It was.
And so as you well know, I'm yachting in Dubai. So, I'll leave the girls in Atlanta on the Titanic.
I got you.
So,
Now, speaking of Dubai, you showed up in the Real Housewives of Dubai trailer.
Yes.
And the internet almost broke. Like, people were like, what's happening? What is Phaedra doing in Dubai? Is she on the show? Has she moved to Dubai? What is your connection with the Real Housewives of Dubai?
Well, so I know Caroline Brooks,
okay,
but I have a company that I have over there. I sell sea moss. And so I sell powdered sea moss. And so I do business over there, but I also do a little electronic sort of company over there as well. So I'm over there quite a bit.
Okay.
And when I found out that Caroline Brooks was going to be on the show, I called Andy, and I was just laughing about it. And Andy said, okay, you got to do a scene with her. And I said, Andy, I'm on the way to the airport. He's like, so when are you coming back? I was like, 2 weeks. He's like, okay, when you come back, you got to make it happen. And so when I came back, I was like, sure. So that's how it came to be.
Well, it freaked me out. Like, I was very excited.
So I'm going to be purchasing a home there, so...
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so you never know. You might be a Real Housewives of Dubai. Also, I mentioned Nene in the Hot Topics. Do you speak to Nene? Do you think Nene would be a husband stealer? Does she need to steal anybody else's husband? And would you represent her if this case really goes down?
Ooh, Chile.
Chile.
Ooh, Chile. You know what? I love Nene. We are obviously from the same hometown. And I do speak to Nene. And I support Nene. And I'm not sure what this is about, but I'm going to just be praying for her.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, Chile. Oh, girl. Not her up there fading Sheree, Sheree, honey. Not her up there. Sometimes I haven't seen Tyrone. Girl, she was trying to backpedal out of this to clean it up because Sheree and Phaedra are good friends, which is so funny to me because she really was trying, girl. She also was very careful about speaking on Nene, like she don't want to have nothing to do with that. You ain't really answered the question. Do you strike Mr. Nene as being a husband stealer? Girl, she was like, that's all, folks. That's all, folks. I ain't got nothing else for you. But when it came to Miss Kandi, you definitely had some things to say, girl. Not you leaving the ladies over there on the Titanic, but your girl Sheree is over there too. So you leaving Sheree on the Titanic? That's your friend while you over there yachting in Dubai? Miss Ma'am, girl, you was wrong for that. She had to make sure she let him know I'm buying a house over there in Dubai. Listen, if Phaedra ends up on Real Housewives of Dubai, I'm going to still tune in. I'm not going to be mad. Hell, it's a familiar face for me. So I will tune in. I think so far, we're on the first episode. I think the second episode is coming on tonight. So, I mean, so far, so decent. Okay, so far so decent. We're gonna see how the show goes, but I do like Real Housewives of Dubai and how the ladies already have a history. They already have a little bit of friction already in the friend group, so it's gonna be very entertaining. I'm believing. Okay, I hope that it's not gonna be more entertaining than Real Housewives Ultimate Girls Trip. Y'all know Phaedra and Eva gonna be a part of that one coming up. Whew, it's looking boring, but I may tune in and see what it's giving. But either way, while Miss Phaedra was up there feeling the need to talk on Miss Kandi, honey, Miss Kandi also felt the need to go ahead and respond to what it is that Miss Phaedra had to say. So y'all go ahead and check this out.
You know what? It was kind of funny because I feel like it was a compliment and a shade at the same time. Like one time, at the one moment, Phaedra said, oh, Kandi is a very good businesswoman. And then she said something about the show and how she being a friend of the show in Dubai, riding in yachts, and that she leaving us on a sinking ship. It's okay. She's a professional shade queen, and I don't even take nothing personal. I don't even care. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't care. It's all good. I'm happy that she's happy in her life, honey. And whoever is liking the post with somebody shading me, I don't even care about that. Have you ever honestly liked a post and you didn't realize the person was shading?
Yeah.
And you was like, and then you find out later, you be like, oh, I didn't mean to, like, you know, so I don't try to look too much into that. Now, mind you, I do know that sometimes people do be trying to be shady by liking certain things. And I see you. That's how I look at it. I see you, I take note, mental note, and I just move forward. Because guess what? This girl right here has so many things coming that I don't even have time to really worry about when somebody's shading me, like for real, like not trying to be funny, like seriously. What I've found in my life is that when people do negative things towards me, or I've been able to learn how to turn those negatives into some positive dividends, honey. So I have become a master at it. And so I don't care. You know, shade me if you want. You're going to have to shade me and keep watching me. Watching me do my thing. Watch me work. Because that's just the way it's going to go. And I'm going to keep wishing you guys the best and uplifting you, and hope your life goes great.
All right, y'all just heard Miss Kandi. Okay, y'all heard Miss Kandi. Kandi said she's too busy to be worried about when somebody's shading her. I think you know, maybe she don't be worried, but she definitely be noticing for sure. As she said, she'll take a mental note. It is what it is, and then she'll just move on and move forward. But I do agree with Kandi on, you know, when somebody do something negative towards her, try to shade her, anything like that, she's good at flipping it, turning it, rearranging it, and making it into a coin and getting a bag. So I'm not gonna fault her on that. But I do think sometimes, Kandi, you do care, because you definitely go into interviews about said people, just like, you know, other people. Like when Nene was out here shading you and you did an interview, you felt the need to, you don't speak more on that. You know what I'm saying? Just as you took the time out to do your Amazon Live and then, you know, to speak on Miss Phaedra. So I do think sometimes things do get to you, but I don't think you hold on to it very long. I think that you just need to be like, okay, bet, noted, got you. Okay. Why would she say that? X, Y, Z, whatever. But honestly, let's think about this though. At this point, I don't even know if Kandi is fully surprised if Phaedra says anything that's slighted towards her. I don't think Kandi is surprised at all. You know what I'm saying? If anything, she'd probably be tuned in so she could figure out another way to turn something else into a bag for her. Hello? Okay. But those are just, you know, my thoughts or whatnot when it comes down to Miss Kandi and, you know, the Miss Phaedra situation. All right, but let's switch over real quick. Still sticking to Phaedra and sticking to Miss Kandi. Miss Eva Pickford ended up doing an interview, or Eva Marcille, as we say. She did a sit-down interview as well with Michael, where she kind of talked about the friendship that she has with both Phaedra and with Kandi. And this is what she had to say regarding their beef, their issues, and her place in the mess. Okay, so check this out.
Now, you're good friends with Kandi. Obviously, we know about the beef with Phaedra and Kandi. Is she cool with you hanging out? Because you're friends with Phaedra also, correct?
I'm beyond friends with Phaedra. Phaedra's my sister. I've known her since I was 18.
Wow.
I've known her for 20 years. My brother used to work at the same law firm as her 20 years ago, the Mathis law firm. So we go back. I know her mom. I know her brother. She knows my family. So I must say, when it came to the Kandi and Phaedra beef, it was a little bit awkward because I don't subscribe to their drama. I mean, everyone's beef is different. Some people are eating Beyond Meat. So some of the beef is not even real beef. I don't want any of it. That's not my drama. That's not my fight. And I keep our relationship separate. I don't put them in awkward situations, but I also don't expect to be put in one either.
Got you.
All right. So y'all just heard Miss Eva. And I must say, I did not know how far back Eva and Miss Phaedra went. I did not know that they knew each other way back, likely before. Probably both of them became famous, or definitely before Miss Phaedra. So, I thought that to be very interesting, and seeing that they have a really cool friendship. And you know what's interesting? I mean, Phaedra and Kandi got a lot of friendships intertwined. They know a lot of the same people, and I don't blame Miss Eva. I think that's great that she's able to separate the two friendships. My friendship with you over here is like this. Mine with you is over there. I would never make them collide. I would never put you guys in compromising situations. And when she said I would expect the same in return, I think she meant as far as like, don't make me choose between the two. at the end of the day, because I definitely keep them separate. So let's not and say that we did. Okay. So there's that. I just wanted to come to you guys and play that audio for you all as well. But let's get on to something else. Okay. And this is about Miss Kandi Burruss and her restaurant. And this is no slight to Kandi Girl, but this is just what's out there, okay? Now, y'all know I've ate at OLG restaurant more than once, probably like 3 times, I think. Sometimes, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say sometimes, like, I feel like the food was good at least twice out of the 3 times. Maybe one time it didn't hit. You know what I'm saying? But it's not bad. But there is some people that's feeling like the otherwise. Okay, there are some people that's not feeling the same as I'm feeling, honey. They just not. So let me go ahead and share this latest post that came from Facebook. Someone ended up getting some food from OLG, and they seem to be extremely disappointed. So let's go ahead and talk about that. Okay, somebody took to social media to say this: went to one of the worst soul food restaurants I ever been to. I went all this time not trying them, but I said I wanted to support Black-owned businesses. But OLG and Kandi, y'all need to make sure the chicken is not dry. If I'm paying almost $40 for this small plate, never again will I go. Ooh, child. Not never again will I go. And wait a minute, let's go back to the $40. Not you spending 40. Was it $40 for a plate? Now you're doing the most. Now you know you probably had some drink or something with that too. Now you know you probably had some drink or something with that too. You're not gonna sit up here and play us. I know you had something to drink or something, but he did say it was a to-go plate, didn't he? Not $40. Girl, if y'all don't cut the SHI, well, whoever this is over there on social media, they is on her head top regarding this plate. They felt as though the chicken was dry. Whew, I just say, y'all try it out for yourselves and get your own, thoughts about it. Y'all let me know. And that goes for Kandi's restaurant. I feel like that goes for Nene's restaurant. Y'all go and try these places out yourself and you get your own opinion, girl. But I just had to, show y'all what this guy said. And then he done got a picture of Aunt Nora. This must be the one over there in Camp Creek. Girl, maybe he should have went to the one on Peter Street. I don't know. Girl, I don't know. Let's get into some of the comments, okay? That's the real reason why we're here. I like to read the comments, okay? Now, let's get into the first one. Somebody says, damn, the chicken looked like it would crack a tooth. Oh, my. Oh, my. Oh, my. That chicken need the Holy Spirit to activate because, woo, Lord. Someone else says, it was overrated. I made them my first stop when I went in 2020. Could have kept my coins. My food in my kitchen is much better. All right. Somebody else says, damn, and the portions look so small. They need to do better. Someone else says, I hope they get it together because I've been hearing so much about the poor quality of food. Someone else says, I went to OLG several years ago. I was impressed. The quality of the food was superb, and I felt the prices were reasonable. Now, I'm kind of with this person just a bit. I mean, yeah, it could be a hit or miss. I feel like that may be all restaurants. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't feel like the food was overrated. But again, the one that I went to was the one over on Peter Street. I don't know about the other location like that. All right. Now, somebody says that chicken looks so dry. It looks like chicken chips. Oh, wow. You guys. Oh, my. Someone says the food looked like a little child just started learning how to cook. Goodness gracious. Someone else says that made that chicken. What? That made that chicken in an easy bake oven. Light bulb was hot as fuck. Oh, wow. Only thing look juicy is the greens. The mac and cheese, all dry too. Oh, goodness. Someone says my son went there to eat. He said the food was nasty also. Someone said, agreed. It's only popular because of who the owner is. Let's be honest. Somebody says $40 for that? Let's go. Bucket wings? What? We move into ATL. Food truck on site. Okay, I guess they're trying to relocate their business here. Someone says used to go to the OLG in Camp Creek all the time. Then they started slowly but surely shrinking the menu and portion sizes. 1 month, a white meat chicken dinner was what, $21? The next, it jumped to $27. Same with the fried fish. The burger wasn't worth the $17. Wendy's across the street tasted much better. I doubt that I will be returning anytime soon. I'd rather eat damn Piccadilly's at this point. Goodness gracious. Goodness gracious. Someone says, I heard Kirk and Rashida restaurant has some good food, but I hate to say I've never heard anything good about OLG. Someone says, looked like the chicken was cooked frozen on the back patio. Oh, Lord. Looks like the chicken was cooked frozen on the back patio at one of their houses. That SHI dried and cracked all up. I knew it was nasty. I just wanted some people lose their money like I did. What? You knew it was nasty? You just wanted somebody to lose their money like you did? Girl, now you know. I can't. I cannot. I wanted some people to lose their money like I did. Now, what kind of shit is that? I just think people should get their own experience. Okay. Someone else says, that's the meal I got. And the mac and cheese gave me gas and constipation all at once. I had gas, but couldn't poop. Are you sure are you sure, ma'am? Sir, are you sure? I'm just trying to figure out if you're sure it was the food. Are you sure? Maybe it could have been something else that was going on. Maybe you needed more fiber or something. I don't know. Someone else says, everybody thinks their mama can cook. I ain't never been, but all I've ever seen were bad reviews. Someone says, I had the same experience. It was dry. It was $38 for the all white. And what else they said? It would have been great if it wasn't so dry because the seasonings were on point. But I almost choked to death. I can't. Not you almost choked together. I said, okay, some of y'all over exaggerating on these stories now. She looks just like that dried up chicken she served you. Serving food looking like that, they won't be in business long. Wait a minute. Customer service is awful. I've been twice and both times told I had a 3-hour wait. They were very rude when I walked up and had a stank look on their face while talking. The first time I never received a call, even after 3 hours. The second time I said, please call me because I never got a call the first time. She said it will be from a private number. I said, okay. I got the call 5 hours later and said, no thanks. I've never been back. Hold up, wait a minute. So somebody called, they want to call you from a private number. And then you got to call 5 hours late? Yeah, I about an 8 and went to sleep and took a nap at this point. So why ain't nobody just, why they just ain't got the little text number where they just text you when it's ready? Somebody says, I went to the one in East Point a year ago. The music was on point. The bartender was great. The food was expensive. It took forever to get from the ratchet staff, and it was salty. A waste of my money. I won't go back because everyone gives bad reviews. Whew. Goodness gracious. Somebody else says, why did you accept that? I would have immediately gave that back after I opened the box. Mac and cheese dry, chicken dry, and that tablespoon of greens. No, sir. Refund, please. Okay. So it's 3 restaurants. I thought it was only 2. Somebody says, I've been to all 3 of her restaurants. Not impressed. Food was not good at neither OLG or Blaze. Okay. So it's 2 OLGs, 1 Blaze. And then they also have, I believe, an area inside of the Phillips Arena, or whatever arena they're calling it now. Okay, so wow, you guys are really upset about this. It looks bad, but the OLG is not doing the cooking. It's their recipes, but they got somebody else cooking. Shaking my head. They need to be in there the way that food look. Ooh, well, we hate to hear it, and we also hate to see it. All right. I'm just giving you guys the thoughts of the individuals that have gone there, people that have given their comments and their thoughts regarding Kandi's restaurant. Okay. Again, I just say get your own experience. You know what I'm saying? You may have you may enjoy the food, you may like the food. So, go out, get your own experience when it comes to that. And yeah, there's that, but that's all that I have for you guys on today. Go ahead, like the video. Let me know your thoughts about everything that I discussed today on the quick chat regarding the Real Housewives, honey. I'm Jamie That's Me. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Jamie That's Me. Don't forget to share the video, subscribe if you're not already subscribed, and I will catch you guys in the next one.